Hello and welcome to another video and podcast from Fantasy Football Scout. My name is Joe and today I'm joined by Fantasy Football Scout's Deputy Editor Tom Freeman, who will be revealing his Game Week 16 team. Welcome Tom, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks, Joe. Yeah, kind of a so-so game week, saved by a bit of a big Bruno haul last night. Villa beat Arsenal on Saturday though, so I'm pretty happy at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you? You
Yeah,
okay?
good. Yeah, I mean, Brighton got a last minute equaliser
They did, yeah.
and I got a green arrow. I'm in the top
All right.
200k, which is
Yeah, you're
good.
doing well. Yeah.
There and yeah, but thanks to Bruno Fernandes. Also, I got Foden in, but we talk about Foden,
Yeah,
and we talk
I
about
need to talk
Foden
about that.
a little bit here because I got him in on Friday, and he's already point. Well, we're recording this on Tuesday. He's already point three more than when I
Yeah,
bought him. So I mean, this is absolutely absurd. So when 3 weeks ago, when he got his first of these three hauls in a row, around my rank, he was about 15% owned. So
yeah,
it didn't harm me. It was just like, oh, well done he was a good differential. And then it went up and up and up. And then for this week, he was suddenly 45% owned.
yeah.
And we've all got 5 transfers from AFCON. So those without Foden, including yourself, will be looking at that now and thinking, ooh, I might have to get him in. But the thing is,
Yeah,
those days of getting a 15% Foden have gone.
yeah.
And it's now just about like having Haaland. It's just like not having a huge owned, potentially good player.
It becomes a big issue, as you'll see in my team
Yeah.
at the moment. But yeah, we were talking off air a minute ago. The transfer traffic this week is off the scale. I think as of last night, I think there've been 6 million total transfers already since
Yeah.
the deadline. Now I'm just looking at some stats from last week. There was 11 million transfers in total last week. It was already six last night, bearing in mind that
Yeah.
we're still, what, 5 or 6 days away from the next deadline. So
Yeah.
people have got those 5 transfers, they're manoeuvring around their team, setting up that, for the what's going to be like a really busy period over Christmas. And for me, I've got a decision to make because I haven't got Foden.
No.
And I'm not even sure I'm going to bring him in this week, but I think the week after, when City have West Ham, I'm going to need him for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have a look at that in a bit. And what other moves as well? We've both got lined up. I think you've made a couple already, haven't you, Joe?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a bit behind.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's. I had two problems. I resolved to make transfers of players that I knew I was going to get in, and particularly for this week. And I knew I wanted to get Thiago in. I
Yeah,
knew I'd had enough of 60 minutes of Mateta. So
same.
even before Mateta, both of them were played no, it was even before Thiago played. No, just after. Anyway, I did
Yeah.
that at the weekend, and I've got Nick Pope and Dubravka. I can't carry on with that. It's not sustainable getting 2 and 3 points. So I've gone for Raya. I had no Arsenal defence as well. Arsenal's going to be a subject we'll talk about.
Yeah, I was in the same position, Joe, and I'll save this for when we talk about my
Yeah,
game week 15 team. But I made a goalkeeper move last week.
yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did.
Okay,
So
rightio. Okay, we'll have a look at that. So before we press on, do press that like button. Does help us out. Do remember to subscribe. Keep you up to date with our latest videos and podcasts, and do check out latest membership offers at fantasyfootballscout.co.uk. Any stats we show here will be from there. So get access to all the latest tools and gadgets to help you climb up your mini leagues. Okay, let's see how you got on. A red arrow, but it's a small red arrow. On 52 points, 1.5 million, so not too bad. Do you want to just take us through your team? What transfers you made? You said you made a goalkeeper move, and who you're impressed with, and who might go on these 5 transfers. Not that you may use all 5, but
I
who may
use
be
some
for the
of
chop.
them. Yeah, okay. So I'll run through the team first. Actually, I'll just do the transfers quickly first. I took out Pope, as I mentioned then, and I took out Dave from West Ham,
Yeah.
and I brought in Sells and Anderson.
Okay.
Now, that was one option for my team. The other option, the much better option, which I didn't do,
Yeah.
was to take out Enzo and Mateta and move them to Foden and Raul Jimenez.
Right.
I couldn't afford Thiago, so Raul was the next
Yeah.
best forward,
Okay.
slightly cheaper. I was pondering that on Saturday morning before I went up to Villa Park to watch Villa, and I was really 50-50 on this, and I went with the more defensive one because I wanted to sort out my team for the
Yeah.
next few weeks. Looking back, I don't want to tally out up how many points I am down, quite a few. But anyway, those were the moves.
Yeah.
So Sells came in, only got 2 points. They conceded three at Everton. I had Lacroix with two, Anderson with one, and Richards got the four because he got the
Yeah.
DEFCON again. Enzo got three, Semenyo got three. I really needed something from Semenyo this week, and I was listening on the radio on the way back from the football, and he scored.
Yeah, I
And
did.
I was
I saw
very
that.
early
I saw
on.
that
Yeah,
notification. I got rid of him for Foden. So I saw that. I thought,
yeah,
well, I just shrugged and thought, oh, well.
yeah. And so that, and then the kind of the VAR kicked in. He had a really good game actually, so I'm a bit disappointed with that, but it is what it is. Saka got the assist and 4 points.
Yeah.
Got a booking as well. Um, And then Fernandez, obviously, with that massive haul last night, which
Yeah.
got me back to where I was with my rank, having fallen
Yeah.
quite far behind because I haven't got
Yeah.
Foden in there.
Yeah.
And then up top, I had Haaland, Captain Blank with 4 points, Mateta with two, but Bowen got me the goal against your team, Brighton. He got the maximum bonus. Thought he had a really good game. I think he's looked okay recently.
Yeah.
He looks quite threatening.
I think we'll look at the fixtures in a sec after we have a look at your team for how it's set up for next week. But looking at the fixtures, because something we talked about on FPL General's show with West Ham. Now I'm just trying to find them on the fixture ticker. Right, yeah. So they've got Aston Villa at home, not ideal. Man City away, even less ideal. But game week 18, they've got Fulham,
Yeah,
Brighton again, Wolves and Nottingham Forest. It's a lovely 4-game run
it is.
for Bowen. My only caveat there is I think both their fullbacks, or both their wingbacks, depending on what system they're playing, are going to AFCON, I believe.
I've got Dave going and
Wan-Bissaka.
yeah, so yeah, that'll. I mean, Walker Peters will come in on the one side, won't he?
Yeah.
Skulls is still out for them on the
Yeah.
other flank, so I'm not
It's
quite
just
sure
the
what they'll do
service
with
to people like Bowen and helping the attack has been,
Yeah.
under that system, has been the fullbacks,
there.
particularly Wan-Bissaka and Bowen, have worked really well together over the last year or two.
Yeah, they have definitely, Joe. I did think at the weekend I watched the Brighton game and I thought Paqueta kind of playing in that kind of number 10 role with
Yeah.
Somerville and Bowen up front. I thought they looked quite dangerous in that. Now, these good West Ham games, it's going to be different though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fulham will sit deep.
Oh, it's too
Wolves
good.
will
Yeah.
sit deep. But I think Bowen's good. I'm in a bit of a predicament now because I don't really think I should transfer him out now, given those fixtures. But I need to find some money. So when we have a look at my team for
Right.
next week, we could discuss that then. But yeah, so, and then on the bench, I had just Dubravka, Xhaka, I had a clean sheet from Truffert and Mukwele as well. So yeah, bit of an average game week, and I need to start making up some ground soon because obviously 1 million isn't great. I'm not. I'm not too far away. I get the feeling that if I have a big week and I can make up 20, 30 points on somebody, suddenly then I'll be pretty respectable. I've got a bench boost still to play.
Yeah,
Might not,
me
it
too.
it might not mean much this season, but even if you get 10 points on it, that's going to make a bit of a dent into it.
Yeah.
So I'm wary that these videos get flagged as expert videos, and I don't really like it this season because I'm not doing very well. But I hope to make some moves up the ranks in the next few weeks.
That would be that's the expert bit. Okay, so I've got your team up. You've got 5 transfers.
Yeah.
You tell me, go through your team and captaincy and early thoughts of transfers, because you've got 5. I don't know whether you want to use 1, 2, 3, and then I'll sort of give my thoughts, sort of based on the similar. You're in a rare position because it's the first time I've seen 2 content creators. They both still got their bench boost left at this stage. So I also am potentially using it this week.
Okay.
Or potentially I prefer to use it in 17. The problem is Munoz is on 4 yellows. So if he gets a yellow in game week 16, he won't play game week 17. I don't want to remove Munoz. Why would I?
No. Yeah.
But you can't bench, so I can't bench. So then I would have to bench boost on, I don't know, something like Boxing Day or New Year's Eve or something.
Well, That's what I'm going to do. So we should get a spread of different
Yeah.
ways of doing it when we chat.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I am on game week. I was on game week 18. I moved off it because of Boxing Day, and I think I'm back on it now. But
Right.
so my team anyway this week, I've got Sales in goal at home against Tottenham.
Fine.
I think most defences don't look great this week. I'll be honest, because
No.
Palace I've got Lacroix up against Man City.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Mukwele against Newcastle in the derby in the
Mm-hmm.
back three.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got Anderson away at Burnley, which is
That's
obviously a
fine.
great option this
Yeah.
week. Part of the reason for bringing him in last week was with this fixture in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Got Enzo against Everton, Semenyo away at Man United, Saka at home against Wolves as my captain, and Fernandes at home against Bournemouth in midfield. So I
Yep.
think I need to have a little bit of a look at the midfield this week. And then I've got Haaland away at Palace. I've got Mateta at home against City and Bowen at home against Villa.
Okay.
Not ideal opponents there. Some tough games there. Then I've got Dubravka, Xhaka, Richards, and Truffer on the
Okay.
bench.
Right. So, what are your immediate thoughts then?
So the obvious moves would be to take out Enzo and bring in Foden. Drop Mateta down to Thiago like you've done, Joe. But then I would need to find 0.9 million from somewhere to afford that. I think that probably the obvious one is to drop Lacroix down because I've got double Palace defence to a cheaper defender.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I have to go quite a bit cheaper for that to make that work. And so I worry then that my defence is going to start looking a bit
Yeah.
ropey.
But because you got the bench boost, so then you're looking at Lacroix down to 0.9. So you're looking really at
Rodon maybe,
or a Stev.
Yeah.
The thing up now, so I'm a Rodon and Alderete only. You've got Michele there. So Leeds fixtures, clean sheet wise, look absolutely awful. They've got Brentford away, Crystal Palace, Sunderland away, Liverpool away, Manchester United at home, Newcastle away. So loads
I
of
don't think
away.
there is any. I don't think there is any clean sheets in that.
There's
run.
no clean sheets there. They're all away bar two, and those two ones are tough.
So
So I personally wouldn't do it mainly because you've got a bench boost. If you didn't have the bench boost, this is why next season I'm playing. If they do this again, I'm playing the bench boost game week 1. It's an absolute pain.
no, absolutely.
So you can't. I don't think you can do that. So you have to find some.
So this is my way I'm looking at it at the moment. I'm going to leave Foden this week because they play Real Madrid in midweek. They've got Palace away at the weekend. Palace is not an easy place to go. Of course, Foden can do something. He's in incredible form. But I think for my team this week, it makes sense to leave Foden now and then get him in game week 17 when they play West Ham.
Yeah.
So what I can do this week...
You will need a spare billion for that, though.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come on to that. It's been factored in, I think. So what I could do this week is take out those three same players, Lacroix, Enzo, and Mateta, and I could bring in Hincapié to cover Arsenal's defence. I could bring in Rice into midfield, so a slightly cheaper midfielder, but a very good fixture against Wolves, and I could get Thiago. So Hincapié, Rice, and Thiago would come in. I would like Odegaard more than Rice, I think, but I can't afford it.
Okay.
So then I would have to. I said I had a bit of a plan for Foden. It's still it's still difficult because then the next week I go into it. I'm not going to want to take out Semenyo at home to Burnley.
Yeah, but
Am I going to want to take out Saka or Fernandes?
see, barring any injuries to Saka or Fernandes, the move I did last week was Semenyo to Foden. And I resigned to missing out on occasional haul from Semenyo. I thought Foden was better, and the price was going up, and that's transpired to be okay. That's a good,
very
move.
good, yeah.
But Bournemouth, okay, so they got Manchester United away, which isn't great, but he can easily score. Then he's got that Burnley at home, brilliant. But I always think with a player, if they've only got one good fixture, really, then if it's just one fixture I'm looking at, but I look at Brentford away, okay. Chelsea away, not great. Arsenal at home, not great. Tottenham at home, not great. Could be great, but don't know. And that's going up to right up to game week 21. So I think because of your structure and your team value, I think you have to sacrifice Semenyo,
this week.
as if he was visiting an Aztec city innocently, and
Okay,
he needs to go.
so I'm just going to plug in.
Right, Semenyo to Foden. You only
Yeah,
need less than 1 million.
I can actually do Semenyo and Mateta to Foden and Thiago,
Bingo.
and I can do that
You
with
need no more words. You've just said it.
yeah, yeah. That would leave Enzo, who I don't really want, but I don't think that Everton at home is a terrible
No.
fixture. And I have got an eye on, we spoke about it then, I want a bench boost in game week
Yeah.
18. Game week 18, Everton play Burnley, and I
Yeah.
want to leave one midfield spot open for Dewsbury Hall for that bench boost.
Yeah.
So Enzo could maybe stay for a couple, then go to Dewsbury Hall. I want to get Tarkowski in as well for that game week. So maybe I'd always been looking at that Burnley for fixture for Semenyo and holding on to
Yeah.
him till then. But maybe I have to look a bit like you did last week and look at the bigger picture.
That is exactly it. And for those watching and listening, it might be in a similar thing. Look at the fixtures in general, and sometimes in this game we have to make a sacrifice, and it's not ideal. I mean, I like Semenyo. I shouldn't have,
Well,
but
he's been terrible recently, hasn't he? In terms of puts output, he hasn't done anything for weeks, but he did look good on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Man United away isn't a terrible fixture for an attacker either, but I suppose it does. I don't really want to go down from Lacroix to a much cheaper
you, you,
defender.
you can go. I mean, honestly, but the way Foden's going up in price, by game week 17, I don't know if you can afford him. But if you do it quickly, after he's played this week or something,
Yeah, I
Semenyo
should,
to
should be able to
Foden,
do that. Yeah.
Mateta 60 minutes down up to Thiago, who's better at home, and Thiago.
Yeah,
Look,
he's a no-brainer.
I'll get the fixtures up so everyone knows what we're talking about here. So we've got Brentford are top of the fixture ticker because they've got 4 home games in the next 6, and the away games aren't too shabby either. Wolves and Everton. So they've got Leeds at home, Bournemouth at home, Tottenham at home, Sunderland at home. So they're all good fixtures. That says to me Thiago points, and it doesn't say Mateta points because Mateta's getting 60% of game time.
Yeah.
And he's got Leeds away, he's got Fulham at home over the next, but he's also got City. He's got that Leeds game, which comes I think it's like about half an hour after they've already just played. I mean, they've got so much fixture congestion that I just think you just got to say, right, Mateta could score against City. I'll miss out. Semenyo could score. But
Oh no, I'm not fussed about taking out Mateta. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer now, given what's happened. I suppose if I do that, I could potentially take out Enzo for another midfielder if I want to kind of go for like a Harry Wilson or something like that.
I like your Dewsbury Hall idea because, I mean, I'm probably bench boosting game week 17, fingers crossed, no yellow card for Munoz. And I've got Minter, who's at home to Sunderland. Great, brilliant, done. But if I was going game week 18, Minter has to become Dewsbury Hall then.
Yeah.
So
I like it because Everton's fixtures are good after, so it feels like I'm kind of setting myself up for a bit after that. So I need to think about that. Captaincy, just moving on to that, that's on Saka at the moment, but let's see what happens against Club Brugge tomorrow. If he's rested, brilliant.
Yeah.
If he's not, I'm not going to captain him.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes is another to consider there, and obviously Haaland away to Crystal Palace. Not the greatest fixture, but I just might stick with Haaland because you're just going to miss the Halls or get the Halls.
We spoke about it before. I've been doing this kind of hokey cokey between Fernandes and Haaland. I've captained Fernandes twice in the past 4 game weeks, and I keep getting it wrong. So maybe there is an argument to just stick it on the one person and leave it.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's Bruno, Haaland, whichever. I mean, FPL General's been got Foden. He's got lucky recently with with his no Haaland policy. He's reluctantly have to slum it with Foden captaincy.
No, I mean the no Salah policy couldn't have gone any better this season, could it?
No.
But now it's because Haaland started to dip a little bit. He's been rocketing up the rank.
I know.
Rankings. So might continue.
Might continue. Right, let's have a quick look at some Arsenal players as well. I mean, I've already got Raya in. You're looking at Arsenal as well. But I may have persuaded you to do this Semenyo Mateta move instead. But we've got 5 transfers, so like me, I've gone for the last since Gabriel got injured. I've been going into every game week with no Arsenal defence, and
Same.
somehow, and I don't know how, I've got away with it. But I can't continue, especially against Wolves. So,
Yeah.
are you minded to make any more transfers than the two we've discussed? If you go down
Yeah.
that route, and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've got 5 now. I'm not in a position where I'm happy with my rank, so I've got to start doing it. I've got to
okay,
be quite proactive, I think, over this period
yeah,
and
yeah,
try and get some points. And that team, if I do that Foden and Thiago move, they're great moves, but my team looks very template. I need to find a couple of differentials to
right.
kind of help me out, I think. So maybe Arsenal can supply that. So
Okay, so what I've done is I've gone for the last 4 game weeks. I've looked at who the latest good players are, because this is a period where we haven't had Jokeres up front. We've had for Marino, for example, and also where there's been problems at the back. No Gabriel, and then Saliba got injured as well. So we've got sort of new defenders, and then Mosquera himself has got injured as well. So obviously we'll run out of time to go into the detail of all of them, but we'll just mention a few. So top is Saka. Saka is the best minutes per expected goal involvement, non-penalty of all Arsenal players. So he is the attacker to get in at the moment, but he costs 10.2. He can get DEFCON almost every other game. 3 attacking returns last 4 is good. 8 chances created, 12 shots, 7 on target. I was saying to Edward General, and I don't know whether you agree, I think a very strong, reliable template spine of your midfield is Bruno, Saka, Foden,
yeah.
and some other blokes.
Absolutely, Joe. Yeah, they're the 3 putting their hands up, and then you can kind of complement that, can't you, with a cheaper midfielder, whoever
Yeah,
that may be.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
you could even go down somebody like Elliot Anderson or Dewsbury Hall or something like that, because it is an expensive midfield 3. I think for people without their bench boost, it's much easier to accommodate as well, isn't it? Because you
So
haven't got that
envious.
third. You don't need that third striker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Saka, he should have delivered more. He was their most threatening player against Villa by far, I thought. And yeah, you just got to hope that he gets rested
Yeah.
tomorrow, and then big haul against a really poor Wolves team.
Bettering him for attacking returns with his Trossard 6.9. What a differential. He could be one to bring in. Less than 1% owned, 2 goals and assists last 4. Marino as well. I think there's question marks over his starts.
Yeah.
2 goals and 2 assists though, not too shabby. And once again, a differential. He's the 3rd best. Eze, I think people have gone off him. He's 7.8. And he has got 3 goals, but that's mainly from that one amazing game. We got and then I'll come to the defenders in a sec. But in terms of attackers, you've also got Martinelli, but once again starts a problem. Odegaard, he's not doing anything because he's just injured, but he could come back, could be good.
Yeah.
Madueke as well is also there, but that would really be if Saka was out, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, Odegaard was really good at the weekend, and he was playing some great balls
Yeah,
into Trossard, but Declan Rice comes out of that game with 6
yeah,
points
yeah,
without doing much really at all. You know, he got
yeah.
DEFCONs, didn't he? And then he got bonus, and that's the thing with Rice. I'm going against my normal instincts as an FPL manager to pick Rice, but you can't really deny what he's doing at the
No,
moment. He doesn't shoot much, but
no,
he's got so many other routes to points.
yeah,
And so yeah, Rice is right up there. I think Saka, Rice, and Odegaard are the only 3
yeah,
attackers I'd actually consider. I don't know Eze now. Eze now has gone onto the left wing,
yeah.
got taken off at half time. Minutes aren't quite so secure. No.
Yeah, and Rice is the other attacker. I mentioned that probably maybe the best of them all, apart from Saka. Defcons every 4 games. He's got an assist ready, but he's just getting all these other returns, these bonuses as well. And like the other day when I had Anderson walking away from a 2-0 loss with 6 points, just like brilliant.
Yeah.
19 points from 1 assist. Created 9 chances on a set pieces as Saka is. He's in a quarter of teams. Yeah, he's 7.1. I can immediately make the move from Minter to him, and I may still do that. It just might not be quite right for my team. But yeah, I think Rice is very strong there. For defenders, okay, so we have a few names here. Timber, I personally didn't go for him just because the price is 6.5 now, and he's playing at centre back, so he can get DEFCON there. But yeah, he's only created that one chance with 5 shots, but none on target. We also have Mosquera's injured, so you've got Hincape, who I know you're interested in, 5.4. Should start, you would imagine. Calafiori as well, he's 5.8, but it's sort of minimal attacking threat, but can get it. He always looks past the eye test, but the underlying stats aren't so good.
Takes up some great positions.
And Saliba as well is to mention there. Pretty much, he's just there. He's like Raya, really. He's just there for sort of clean sheet. But he could be better in Gabriel's absence in terms of attacking that we don't know yet because he's got injured himself. So, yeah, I mean, as I said, I went for Raya there just because it sorted a poke problem out as well. But yeah, I think I'd probably go for Hincape maybe.
Yeah, I mean they didn't convince defensively at the weekend, but
No.
they got Wolves, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be anywhere near as
No.
difficult. I've picked out Hincape because obviously Gabriel and now Mosquera's out. He's cheap as well. Timber's like 6.5. He's still like the best option.
Yeah.
Even at centre back, he's still got in some
Yeah.
decent positions against Villa, but it's just that price, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
What you really want to see is Saliba come back in as a defensive owner.
Yeah.
Because if they go in with, because Calafiore's banned against Wolves, isn't he? So
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly will be playing. So it'll probably, if Saliba isn't back, it'll be White, Timber, Hincape, and Lewis Skelly, and
Yeah.
that still might be enough against Wolves. But then they go to Everton the following week, and so
Yeah.
yeah, you do want Saliba back, I think. But yeah, I think if I was going to go for somebody now, I'd probably be Hincape due to the price. But
Yeah, I think I'll ask you first. What would be your Arsenal triple up if you were to triple up?
Saka, Rice, and Timber if I could afford that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
But if I could, in my setup, it would have to be Nkape.
yeah.
I don't think I'd double up on the back line just yet because of that uncertainty with Saliba. I'd want to know that he was definitely fit before doing that.
Yeah. Personally, I
What about you? Yeah.
I would go for well, I've got Raya and Saka already, so I've got double up. If I went for third one, it would be Rice. But what I might do is not, and because then when Gabriel comes back, I can just move someone like Van Dijk onto him quite quickly.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's the advantage, isn't it? I don't think you do have to. I mean, this Wolves game's great, but I don't think you have to triple up on Arsenal. I think if you've got a defender and an attacker, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good conclusion to that. Is get an attacker and defender. Anything else is sort of up to you whether you like that. But I think an attacker and a defender is just for housekeeping as well, because the ownership for the defence is so much,
Absolutely.
and they are still the best defence, but not quite at the moment. They can be.
They won't play Villa every week.
No, that's definitely okay. Yeah, mind you, just a final mention. Your team, blimey, Champions League. I mean, Brighton were tussling there, but like a couple of duff results, and we're suddenly like below mid-table. But Villa, amazing turnaround.
It can change very quickly. I'm fully aware of that, but we are in a good moment at the moment. It's funny. On Saturday, I left the state. I was in the stadium, and I found all sorts. I found like 2 sets of keys. Found a wallet on my row. It was just the amount of limbs at the end. There's people coming over seats. Yeah, there's like people. I don't think my son had seen anything like it, but it was. It's not. We play Arsenal again in a few weeks, and obviously that's going to be incredibly tough at the Emirates. So I'll enjoy it while I can. I think.
That's really good to get that insight into what that moment was like actually being there.
It's pretty lively.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent. Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time. It's good to get your insight. We'll be recapping again next week, see how your moves went, and looking ahead to game week 17 by then. God, they're going quick. Take care. See you soon.
Thanks, James.